Shelby, and had an opportunity to see a beautiful little car that reminds me of my childhood, a car that I really loved when I was a kid. And here it is, a Triumph TR4. So we're going to talk to the brains of the whole bunch, Janette. Say hi, Janette.
Hi.
Hey. So tell us what you've got, and then we'll get to the story, because it's a great story.
We've got a 1965 Triumph TR4.
Okay. And where did this come from? How did you come to have this?
This car came from my father-in-law. This was his car. He bought it used in 1972 for only $950.
Oh, wow.
He drove it for a number of years, but in upstate New York, there's just a short season for driving a convertible.
Yeah.
So he drove it for a few years, and then there were some problems with the engine. There was an oil leak that he couldn't quite figure out. And so he parked it in 1978. Well, it sat in his barn in upstate New York from 78 until 2020, when our younger son finally convinced Grandpa to let it come to us. So,
and we all thank you for that, too.
So my husband, my son, and I, we all jumped in on this project, and then my own dad, who lives here in town, he would come over, and it was a role reversal.
Okay, carrying on here with Janette. Okay, so the car was in the garage, barn, whatever, from 78 to 2020, and then you guys went to work on it.
Well, first, our son was able to get it out of that barn, and then he spent a year taking it all apart, bagging and tagging, while he was in New York with our in-laws.
That's a piece of work right there, just cataloging everything.
And then in the summer of 21, we had it shipped on a transport from New York State to here in Vegas. In fact, it arrived on July 4th, 21, and we were able to get it into the garage and then figure out what we needed to do.
Let's walk around, and you can tell me, okay, so you had mentioned, I think, that it's been resprayed, right?
Yes.
Okay.
One of the first things we did, which apparently is not the way it's done, is we had it, we had the body work done, and we had it repainted while we worked on the mechanics of the car. We were having the body work done, and we thought, okay, because we were beginners and we needed a hobby, we thought, okay, let's just work on the engine and the transmission stuff while it's all being taken care of at Atomic Motors.
How hard can it be?
Yeah, how hard can it be?
Yeah. How hard was it?
Oh my goodness. Well,
car show.
It's obviously, that was July 21, and here it is August 23. That's
okay.
How hard it can be.
So you put a little bit of time into it.
Yes. Yeah, we went all the way down. In fact, had to take out the old cam bearings and put in new cam bearings, and that is where the oil leak happened, and that my father-in-law never did find. So we were able to build it all back up from the beginning.
Wow.
So we laugh about this being a British car, but at this point it's completely American made.
Yeah, no kidding.
I ran brake lines and fuel lines, and I was underneath that car for hours and hours and hours.
You ever done that before?
No. I mean, I had been the one to help my dad.
Yeah.
And so I was handing him wrenches, and I would shimmy under when Dad needed help. But
so no. this is truly is a all in the family project.
Absolutely.
I love it, and it, you know, what a great legacy to hand down, grandfather to son to grandson now. The whole car thing. And I got to tell you too, when I talked with a lot of people about how they got into cars to begin with, it's family. You know, something gets handed down. Well, you guys are doing a beautiful job on it.
Thank you. I cannot go without mentioning that Atomic Motors
Yeah.
is the reason why it moves.
Yeah, yeah.
Not only did they do the body work that needed to be done and they painted it, but then they came in and fixed up all of our mistakes.
Those were learning opportunities.
They were learning opportunities, absolutely.
Yeah,
I say the Weber
exactly.
So,
I couldn't get the beans.
It's
Nobody can.
it's great. It's just
it's a lot of fun.
it's such a fun car, you know. And this particular year too, to me it's kind of iconic. I like the bumps over the headlights. I like the bump in the hood to make room for the carburetors.
Sure.
So and 2-seat sports car, can't go wrong, man.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, thanks for sharing this with us. I'm glad you brought it out here today.
Thanks for asking.
Thanks. Great family project.
Yes. Let's do it. Yeah, I was gonna say.